So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up some of these other ones. So I've went through the case and opened half of it. So 8 packs right here make up half of what I have left. So this is a quarter case. So what we'll do is we'll go through this and see if we can pull a Jordan or pull something else that's kind of cool. So we'll jump in. And so again, this is my first YouTube video. I'm probably going to do something wrong, so just bear with me. So I'm just going to pop into these packs and try and, do as best as I can in terms of taking care of them. Again, they're in old wax, so kind of a trend that I've noticed is some of the front and back cards often are damaged around the corners, but we'll see if we recognize anybody. So off the bat, we got Kenny Smith. He's a Tar Heel right here. My neighbor, when I open these old boxes, I give him Hornets and I give him Tar Heels. So he pulled that Jordan and Dean Smith out of his Tar Heel box the other day. So we'll keep going. If I see anything, I'll mention it. So we got Manute Bol. It's Bol Bol's dad. So Bol Bol was a rookie in the NBA this year. People are paying insane money for his card. I really liked Mookie as a kid. I don't know why, but I thought he played good. And then, of course, Muggsy right here, Tyrone Bogues, legendary Charlotte player. Also starred in Space Jam, 5'3" point guard. This guy, he's a Hall of Famer. Need to do a little more research on him because the stats don't add up. I think he had some international play. So nothing big yet. I always like to turn these cards over when I'm pulling them by myself and kind of look and see, how many points per game the guys scored and things like that. And if they're up there and they're hitting 20 points a game, over 3 or 4 seasons, and I don't know who they are, then I kind of want to take a look and kind of see who they are and what they were doing. And there were a handful of those that I looked at that kind of met that criteria when I opened the first half of the case. So nothing crazy in that one. Looks like we got us an Isaiah Thomas on the back of this one. If that's the one that I think it is, that's a good pull. So we'll turn it over. Turns out Mark Jackson had this pretty crazy card in this other box that I opened up. And apparently there's some dudes on there that are like celebrities and, for the wrong reason. So there's Isaiah Thomas. That's a good looking card. Looks like the corners are pretty good. The centering's not bad. So that's a good pull right there. So we'll put that right there. Let's see what else we got. Got Mark Jackson, James Edwards, Scott Brooks. I think he's a coach now. Reggie Miller. That's a good pull. Let's see. The other one I got was terribly off-centered, but that one actually looks pretty good. So Reggie Miller, great shooter in the game. If my hands look awful on here, I'm still working that out. Sarah brought that to my attention, but I don't really know how to fix that. So if they look really weird on here, then, that's what we got. So it looks like we got an all-star card in here. So hopefully it's something good. Moses Malone, that's a good pull. He was a good player. So who do we got? Let's slow roll this all-star. Might not get many of those. Let's hope for the Jordan. Maybe a Karl Malone. See who we get. See if it's a good shape. Clyde Drexler, nice. I don't have that one yet. So that looks good. Looks like it's centered really well. If you look down at the stars on here, looks like they're pretty even. Got a little bump in the corner down here, but again, cool card. Liked him. James Worthy, another, I believe he's a Tar Heel. Yep, University of North Carolina, first overall pick right there. Lots of good stats, so my neighbor will be getting that card. Little Purdue. This guy, oh man, his card's in the previous set. He has got a legitimate mullet, man, like a Mississippi mudflap. So, look at those glasses. That is what the 90s look like right there. Just a dad. So we'll jump in another here. So I know the video is getting a little long, so if you're still with me, thank you. I'm going to try and burn through these a little bit. Feel free to fast forward. Perhaps I'll show off some highlights. Haven't got that far yet. So this is one of those guys. He scored a ton of points. Look at that. 23, 21, 20, 21. So, him and they probably, had some good games with the Sonics, him and Kemp. I think, Peyton come the next year, so maybe not. I know Peyton was an early draft pick, but, oh, there we go. There's David Robinson. If you take a look at the left, you got a lot more border than you do on the right, so it's a little off center. Still a great card, great pull. Fred Roberts, Derek Harper. So I recognize some of the people, like I recognize this guy, but you know, he's not very good. I mean, I guess he was all right, but Larry Nance, I think his son's playing in the NBA, played with LeBron for a year. In Portland, man, they had some great scores. Like I've been going through the set, and they had a ton of good players. Oh, look, there we go. Third pack Magic. Got a Michael Jordan. Looks like the centering is really good on this one. You know, left to right. Looks like there's a good amount up at the top. I'll have to sleeve this up. You know, that's my third one, so I'm feeling really good about that. Got to be very careful here. I don't want to damage the card, but there we go. It's a potential of being a $200 card right there at a PSA 10. It's worth, you know, about $35, $40 in a PSA 9. So we'll hope that it's got it all there. It looks like it may have a little something there. So yeah, that's good. We're gonna set that up right here. Heck yeah. Big Michael Jordan, third pack. See if we can find another one or find his All-Star. And one thing that I've done is I kind of randomized the order of these because I was kind of concerned. I got such a good deal on this box. I wanted to open a few the other day. Got a Jordan on my second pack. Got a Jordan on my fourth pack. So that pretty much put my worries at bay because I was worried it wasn't a sealed box. So I was worried it maybe been searched or that people had looked and picked off the Jordans, you know, that were on the front and back. You know, I know that's a big thing. So there's a Hornet. My neighbor, you know, likes him. But, you know, 2 Jordans within 4 packs. And, you know, there's, I think that's the 4th Jordan that I have. You know, 2 of them, you know, are in really good condition. So I feel really good about that. But I mixed them up. There's another David Robinson. It's a little off center, but still a great card. It's one of the best cards you can pull out of the set. I mean, the Admiral. I mean, all the championships he won with Duncan. I mean, his rookie card is a big card as well. But I was just kind of concerned. So then I mixed them up, you know, because sometimes what'll happen is you'll have a ton of duplicates that happen. And the collation, you know, oftentimes is very similar. So the people in a Jordan pack are often, you know, the same people in another Jordan pack and vice versa. But this has been a really weird collated set. So, you know, so I feel like I got a great deal on it. It's just a weird packaging. And some of them have been, you know, damaged and dirty. And I just, you know, I wonder if that's normal for this. So, I mean, if anybody's watching this and they know anything about cards, you know, let me know if you've had that experience. So this is another one of those guys. I mean, look at these stats. I mean, I'd never heard of this guy. And I mean, he was putting up 30 points a game 4 years in a row with Utah. Then he did 26, 29, 21, 20. That's 8 years in a row averaging over 30 points. I mean, those are insane stats. I'd never heard of this guy. And, you know, a couple of these guys that I put here, Reggie Theus, of course, Chris Mullin. I mean, he was on the Dream Team. But, yeah, so there's a few guys that are like that are just like, you know, surprises that I need to look up and learn more about. Like Walter Davis. Again, I'd maybe heard that name in passing, but, I mean, you know, just great scoring stats. And this guy, whew, tough legacy. He was the guy that was picked over Michael Jordan second in the draft. You know, I know that the team didn't necessarily need the position that Michael was at. And, I mean, who could have known that he would have turned out the way he was? But, you know, injuries apparently, you know, plagued that guy's career. So that's rough. Rex Chapman, there's another Hornet for Chad. Let's see what else we got here. Tim Hardaway, that's a rookie card. So it's a good-looking card, a little more on the left than there is to the right, but still another great player. Spud Webb and Mike Jaminski, the Duke announcer here. So he was all right. Let's see, first round, 7th overall, New Jersey. So yeah, Mike Jaminski's kind of got this sweet mullet going on. So yeah, so we're down to 3 packs. You know, we're getting a little long with the video. A little long in the tooth, they like to say on Panthers, but I mean, If it cuts off, it cuts off. I mean, we pulled a Jordan. I mean, we pulled 2 David Robinsons. I mean, we're out here killing it. Oh, yeah, here's the rest of the Jordan pack. Dan Marley, Charles Oakley, Bill. Yep, same guys that are in the Jordan pack, the Jordan packs that I pulled prior. Sam Perkins, another Tar Heel, I believe. Yep, 4th overall pick in the 84 draft. Another one of those guys, Wayman Tisdale. Insane. Or no, not this guy. He's got good stats, not crazy stats. But again, there's just guys I've never heard of, you know, that just have these really good stats. So Michael Thompson, Stacey King, Rodman. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that a different looking Rodman than the one you know with the Bulls? Good looking card. Centering is pretty solid. Corners are good. So I always like to pull a Rodman card. Johnny Dawkins, Duke right there. Probably going to be the Duke head coach when Krzyzewski retires. Great Duke player. Of course, I'm a Duke fan. Although I am hunting for Jordans, I'm a Duke fan. Strangely, I was a Carolina fan first, and then because all the men who watch basketball in my family were Duke fans, I just kind of remember the year Leitner was won the championship. They were all gathered around the TV in the kitchen at my parents' house and watching the game, and I guess I just became a Duke fan at that point. Sorry, Carolina, I guess you should have been in the championship that year, although you have more championships than Duke. So there's another Charlotte guy. So you'll notice we've seen J.R. Reed. We've seen another Xavier McDaniel. Saw that Todd Murphy. Saw this Lafayette Lever. So and there's another David Robinson. We've pulled 3 on this video, and that one is just about pristine. So the collation on this, it's very similar in packs. You know, sometimes it'll be same order, but then, you know, you'll have different ones in the beginning or end. But it's pretty wild, the collation of these, and that held true with the Skybox. There's another Ronnie Cycli, another Larry Nance, Terry Porter. We've seen all these guys already. And there's another Michael Jordan. That is what we want, another Dan Marley. So that Jordan looks really good. The centering, it's a little bit, it's favoring the left just a little bit, but it looks good. We'll take it. That is the 2nd Jordan in 7 packs that we've pulled. So I'm really excited about that. That's the 5th Jordan overall out of this case, and I'm only 3/4 of the way in. Hoping I can pull another All-Star Jordan. Those are, you know, tough to find, but hoping I can pull another one of those, maybe in a little better shape. But I'll definitely take David Robinson and another Jordan here. So yeah, great first video, great pulls. I am really encouraged. And the good thing about this is, you know, prices on cards are crazy right now. So we've seen this Scott Brooks already, so this is probably going to be a duplicate pack. Prices are crazy with the Reggie Miller, with Zion and Ja Morant, and Luka Doncic, with their, you know, cards kind of skyrocketing, and them being, you know, potential for great players. I mean, so it gets a little different here. People are paying tons of money for their stuff, and it's driving the prices of basketball packs up and boxes, and people are scalping them from retail, so we didn't get anything in there. So it's nice to pick up a box like this for $36, rip it open, search for Jordans. You know, you've got a chance to make a ton of money in here, or you got a chance to have fun. So like if this Jordan grades out at a 9, it's worth $35. The box costs $36. So I mean, it's really hard to beat. And so that's what I really enjoy, is having the nostalgia and being able to pull some stuff. So we'll look at some highlights, and then we'll wrap this video up. Malone, ended up getting a couple Millers, ended up a couple Robinsons, 3 David Robinsons, so we'll take that. Got the Drexler here, another Malone, another Miller. So you see how you can pull lots of duplicates with that, which again, with the Jordans, I'm not going to complain. So we ended up getting these 2 Jordans. I think, you know, the centering's just a touch off on this one. This one looks, to my eye, really good. So we might have a chance at 1, maybe 2 PSA 10s, you know, might be holding on to $350 right here. So I'll call that a success. So for those who are still with me, thanks for sticking with me on the video. It's been almost 29 minutes, so I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be coming back hopefully with shorter videos, probably opening the rest of this box jumping into this one and reliving that portion of my life, and then kind of showing off some more of my Panther stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and hope you guys have a great night.